Hello, are we live? Are we live right now? Welcome in, everyone. This is my first ever YouTube live. I'm so excited. Let's do this. I'm just going to give like 5 minutes. I'm on a little bit early. I want to give like 5 minutes just to like check in, make sure everything is moving smoothly. Like I've never done a live stream before and I'm using a new software right now to go live. So let's test this out. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to try out something where I count down from 30 seconds before we go live. Let's do it. Boom. Welcome, Elijah. Let's do a countdown before we begin. Hello, welcome to the live stream, guys. I'm just gonna make sure that we're all set up on Instagram as well. Make sure there's no feedback, make sure everything's going smoothly. And let's do it. Okay, I think we're live on Instagram now. Hey, Instagram family, we're live both on YouTube and on Instagram at the same time. Welcome in if you're joining in. If you guys are here on the YouTube chat, can you write something in the chat? Say hello, say something. Let me know you're here. So excited to get started today. This live stream is going to be packed with valuable information, and we're going to end with a Q&A. We're going to do some questions and answers throughout. And just some things, just so you guys are clear and you guys know kind of a little gist of what we're going to be talking about in today's live stream, is we're going to be talking about, I'm getting my notes up over here just so I can cover everything. We're going to be talking about what is Kabbalah and why should you care? Okay, we're going to be talking about some big kabbalistic concepts. And specifically, there's one that we're going to be talking about that is most relevant to this video. We're also going to talk about what does Kabbalah have to say about manifestation, right? The topic of this video is Kabbalah and manifestation. So what does Kabbalah say? And what is Kabbalah and what does it say about manifestation? We're also going to be uncovering how can we manifest our desires and so much more than what we currently desire and expand our desires more than we could ever imagine. And I'm going to be letting you guys in on a huge kabbalistic secret, and it's probably not going to be what you expect. I'm going to end off this video by giving you some questions that you can ask yourself so that you are making sure that you're manifesting in a way that is right for you. So you can really implement these steps that I'm talking about, and it's not just going to be some fluffy ideas of like how to manifest. Like we're going to make this practical and we're going to make it apply for you. There's going to be a Q&A that can happen either throughout the live stream or at the end. I'll dedicate some time for those questions as well. If you guys just joined in now, this is my first ever live stream, and I'm doing this both on Instagram and on YouTube. So bear with me as I like find my ropes around this. I'm checking out, making sure the Instagram's working smooth, making sure YouTube's working smooth. I'm going to double check on my phone now how it looks on Instagram. Instagram's working smooth. Okay, we're looking cute. We're looking cute. Okay, perfect. All right, I am so excited for this, guys. I guess we're going to just dive right in, and we're going to be talking about what is Kabbalah. So if you're new to my channel, or maybe you've been here for a while, maybe you know what it is, maybe you've been studying Kabbalah, maybe you haven't. But what Kabbalah is, it's an ancient mysticism that decodes the Old Testament or the Bible. And it shares how the stories in the Bible are not meant to be taken as literal history lessons, but rather it teaches us the universal wisdom. Okay, it teaches us the journey of the human soul, and it decodes the symbolism within these stories and then explains how these stories and the symbolism are actually relevant to the energies that exist in the world today. So they're not just fun stories, they're actually meant to serve as symbology that passes time. Okay, this is not limited by our perception of time, it is universal as well. So it goes beyond any religion, any ethnicity, gender, race. It is very inclusive study. And these spiritual laws that are stated within the very Old Testament, and then which Kabbalah demystifies, these laws apply to everyone. So whether you're aware of them, whether you believe in them or not, actually doesn't matter, because regardless, these laws apply to you because it's the universal laws that govern this reality. We can easily not believe in gravity, but that doesn't mean that if you don't believe in gravity and you jump off a cliff, that gravity is not going to be in effect for you and work out for you, right? Obviously, we know how that works. Gravity is going to work regardless of if we believe in them or not. So the spiritual laws are explained in a very similar way. So becoming aware of the way this world works actually allows us to live in alignment with our soul. Okay, it allows us to be able to take advantage of these energies, to utilize these energies and elevate ourselves and attract our desires and really live unconditionally loving and fulfilling lives. Now, some of the main teachings that Kabbalah dives into, and they're limitless, they go so deep, but just to give you a few, to give you a little taste, some of these teachings are the journey of the soul. It goes into how to manifest everything that you could possibly desire, such as abundance, your finding your soulmate, manifesting inner peace and happiness. It really goes into how to have ultimate unconditional fulfillment in your life. It also talks about how to unlock new dimensions of reality and consciousness. It actually talks about how to remove pain, suffering, and death from this earth, actually creating heaven on earth. It talks about awakening unconditional love. We talk about overcoming negative blocks that stop us from experiencing the light all the time. You know, Kabbalah explains that the light is here all the time. But why aren't we seeing it all the time? Kabbalah talks about this, and we're going to get into this even more. We're going to be talking about unlocking your potential and how to find your spiritual work that is unique to you, your unique purpose for incarnating into this world and into this life. And we're going to talk about so much more. So where does Kabbalah come from? Kabbalah is a main text. The main text of Kabbalah is 3,000 years old, and the book is called the Zohar. And actually, my name Rahoza is actually Hazohar backwards. So if you go Hazohar, Hazohar is the Zohar in Hebrew, and if you put it backwards, that's my name. So this is the book that is actually the symbolism of the Old Testament. Now, the Bible and Old Testament is explained by Kabbalah to actually not like it's a cosmic code, okay? And science will tell us the how of creation. How do things work? You know, how is reality the way it is? But the Zohar is the cosmic codes that actually explains the why. These why questions that we don't normally get answers to or access to in mainstream school and education system, right? Some questions like, why was I born? What is my purpose? What is the purpose of creation? And deeper questions like, why does it seem like bad things happen to good people and vice versa? Questions like, if the creator is all good and all loving, then why is there so much hate and suffering in the world? Why? Any question that you have questions to, there are answers to. And a lot of these codes, the deeper you go and the deeper you study this ancient wisdom, the deeper you'll get to understanding the answer and also tuning in with your own higher self to tune in to these answers that live within you, the God that lives within us all, because the Creator is living within each of us. So we have access to these answers within our very essence. But there are reasons that they're blocked away from us. There's reasons that we don't have direct access. Okay? And these are really some of the most important questions of our lives, right? Unlocking the answers to these questions is like is connecting us closer to our truth and to our soul. And unlike other spiritual sources that I found, which I've studied many and I continue to, I love bringing everything together in this harmonious way, bridging Kabbalah with all the different spiritual mediums, looking into religions, looking into different modalities. Like I'm so fascinated with this stuff, and then bridging it all together and seeing how does the symbolic, the terminology is just a little different, but the concepts are very similar. So Kabbalah talks about everything that you can think of. Think angels, aliens, dimensions of reality, dreams, death, reincarnation, sacred geometry, numerology, astrology, and infinitely more. So a lot of Kabbalists actually explain that the Zohar is considered to be like 50th century technology, as science doesn't even understand yet the consciousness of the human or the human soul. We haven't gotten that far there yet in science. But yet Kabbalah answers all these questions. Even 3,000 years ago, Kabbalah answered certain questions that we still to this day are just now discovering in science. Just one example of this is 3,000 years ago in the Old Testament, in the Zohar, it wrote that this world was 0.1% physical and 99% energetic. Okay, Kabbalah spoke about this before science came out and told us that reality itself, that atoms themselves are 0.000000001% physical and 99.9999999% energy. So everything in this world that appears to be physical, that looks to us like this is so real, this is so physical, it's actually 99% empty space. It's energy. And what is that empty space? Science cannot yet tell us. But Kabbalah taught us this 3,000 years ago. Kabbalah had, and this is just one example, okay? And there are so many synchronicities, so many things that the ancient beings were tapped into that we still have access to this day, and we're yet to uncover within science. So that is just a little bit of an intro about Kabbalah. We're going to get into how this now relates to manifestation. We're going to talk about some specific concepts that Kabbalah talks about and what Kabbalah says about co-creation with the universe, with the Creator. And before I even go on, I want to say that Kabbalah is really a tool. The Old Testament, the Bible, it's a tool to deepen your studies, elevate your consciousness, and connect even deeper and directly to the light force of the Creator. But at the same time, all the answers that you're seeking are really within you. All of these codes, all of the symbology, the more you learn, the more you awaken these understandings and these remembrances that you're like, yeah, that resonates. And why does that resonate? It resonates because you're remembering. It resonates because your soul knows and in some way remembers where we came from. Okay. So Kabbalah is a tool that helps us to strengthen the ability to reach inside of ourselves and reveal the hidden wisdom that we each possess, because it is inside of us. Okay, so we think of it as a physical tool. The Bible's like a physical tool that helps us unlock the highest levels of our consciousness. And there's no limit to how high our consciousness can raise. Our soul knows the truth of everything, but our body consciousness is limited. And this limited body consciousness is the very block. It's the very barrier that is blocking us from seeing the light directly. We live on earth, and although the light of the Creator is shining on us constantly, we're unable to see it because we are on a lower dimension of reality. And Kabbalah talks about this. There are different, let's say, metaphorical curtains that are blocking us from seeing the light, seeing and understanding the truth about reality. And these curtains are what Kabbalah calls klipot. So as we begin to remove layers of these curtains, we're able to see the light more. Imagine the literal sunlight. The literal sun is so bright, it's always shining. Just because I'm in a dark room right now doesn't mean the light is not shining on this earth. There are just layers blocking me from seeing the sun. I have this wall, and then I have the brick of my house, and then maybe there's some trees, and then there's the earth's surface, and then maybe there's some other plant. Like, there are things that are blocking me from seeing being in direct contact with the sun. And that's a good thing, right? Because if the sun was just like blaring in all of our faces, our vessel, the human vessel, would not be able to handle all that light. So, what we need to do is we need to earn our way there. We need to start removing these energetic blockages. And the light of the Creator works in the same way. The light of the Creator is always shining in our life. There's never a moment where the light is not in our life. So even when we feel like we're in the dark and we feel like everything is going to shit and we feel like we just don't understand, and why me, and why is this happening? This makes no sense. Why is the world this way? The light is still there through all of it. And we just don't see it. We just don't see it. And Kabbalah teaches us, how can we begin to remove these blockages, remove these layers so we can begin to see it. And just a little bit, like, I'll give you very, very quick background about Kabbalah and the role that it played in my life. And then we're going to jump right into a huge Kabbalistic concept that will be really supportive when talking about how Kabbalah relates to manifestation. But for me, Kabbalah, it has always played a huge, huge role in my life because I was kind of born into the teachings, you could say. My parents studied Kabbalah for about 30 years, and I'm 24. So I was born into this world where my parents and my environment in the Kabbalah Center, I was always hearing these concepts, and it was almost like very, just so natural. I didn't know anything else. I was hearing these deep and profound messages all the time. So I think that the way that I am, the essence of me, being surrounded by these teachings really helped me develop a very strong certainty within life, within my relationship with the Creator, and all the concepts that Kabbalah teaches about, I feel like was almost programmed into me at a very young age. So I feel very blessed for that to be the case in the reality for me. And I really attribute my relationship with Kabbalah and my parents studying it for all these years, that really attributed to the level of certainty and faith that I have in life itself and manifestation being as strong as it is. Now, it's interesting because although you may think like, okay, she's studying Kabbalah her whole life, she must like have it all figured out. No. Absolutely not. In fact, the first 18, 19 years of my life, I completely rebelled against it. I was like, what is this like woo-woo stuff my parents are talking about? I don't resonate. I'm not interested. Like, I want to have fun, party with my friends, live my life. Like, why should I care about all of this stuff, right? Like, I just wasn't in that frame of mind, like life purpose, soul's mission. Like, why should I care about my life purpose and my soul's mission when I'm chilling, you know? And it wasn't until my second year of university where I hit a very low point in my life and I was seeking answers. And I'm not going to get into my whole story. I talk about this in other places. If you guys are interested to hear my whole story, I could definitely dive into it at other points. But my whole life turned around at this point. When I turned 19 years old, I moved out of the country, moved to LA, started studying, diving deeper into myself and into studying all these different spiritual modalities, including Kabbalah. And Kabbalah is one that just resonates really deeply with me because of the way that I was brought up and the information I was exposed to. So just wanted to share a little bit of background, a little bit about me, a little bit about Kabbalah. I hope that that gives you a full picture. Now, if you guys are just joining into the live stream now, welcome. This is my first ever live stream that I'm doing on YouTube, so I'm so excited about it. Drop in the chat if you're here. Say hello. We're going to be doing a little Q&A at the end, so make sure that you're bringing your questions. You're really absorbing the info. If you're watching back the replay, then you already hopefully been taking notes. You're already here with me present. Okay. So let's talk about now a big Kabbalistic concept. One of the biggest Kabbalistic concepts when it comes to manifestation. Hold on, let me just close my laptop here because my Instagram is open and it's distracting me. Okay. So one of the biggest concepts that we will understand about Kabbalah when it comes to manifestation, the secret is hidden within the very name itself, within the name Kabbalah. Kabbalah literally translates to the word lekabel, which means to receive. Kabbalah is the study of how to receive, but not just receive, like get our casual manifestations. No, receive the most fulfilling, the most abundant, the most loving, the most spiritual depth and understanding and happiness that we could possibly achieve. Kabbalah is not a limited study. Kabbalah is about how can we tap into that unlimited source of energy, the unlimited source of the creator. Kabbalah teaches us how we can receive. And it teaches us that humanity is actually on this earth to receive. That is why we're here. It's a very huge reason as to why we came into this earth. We're here to receive the light. But a very important distinction that we must make is receiving what and receiving how. Because the answer to those two questions makes a huge, huge difference. And Kabbalah teaches us that the light of the Creator wants to give to us endlessly. The Creator wants us to have absolutely everything that we can desire. But then the question naturally comes and arises, if Kabbalah is true and saying the Creator wants everything for us and we should have absolutely everything we desire, then what is blocking us? What is stopping us from actually calling in those manifestations, from actually having everything that we want right now in this moment? And the first thing that I want to say about this is that we are very limited as human beings. We think we know what we want. We think we have the whole picture. We think we understand why things are happening or how things are happening. We see nothing. The Creator does not have that limitation. The Creator sees exactly what we need in this life for our soul's evolution, for the higher purpose of the reason that we actually came into this earth. And because of that, because the Creator sees exactly what we need and exactly the perfect challenges that are going to elevate us on our soul's mission, exactly what we need to overcome personally. This is a very personal relationship that we have made with the Creator. And Kabbalah calls this a tikkun. Our tikkun is our soul's correction. And whatever our tikkun is, our life, our external reality is going to present to us the perfect situations, the perfect circumstances in our life that are going to reflect to us directly our tikkun, which then manifests as our belief system and the way that we view reality itself, our self-concept, all comes from this fundamental idea of the tikkun. The tikkun is our soul's correction. Why are we here on earth? And this is something I'm actually very, very passionate about talking about. It's not just like surface level manifestation and how we can casually manifest like the things we want, but like, why are we here though? Yes, you deserve to have all your desires. You deserve to have everything that you want, but we need to look a little bit deeper because what we want may not be what we think it is that we want. And we are limited. We cannot see what it is that we want. We do not see like, okay, maybe physically I want this thing, but maybe my soul knows better. Maybe my soul want something more for me. And I'm actually limiting myself by thinking that I want it to go in this specific way. And I'm trying to hyper control my life and my reality going in this specific way. But in reality, my soul already knows and is guiding me to where I need to be and where I need to go. But we are born with these program beliefs that are naturally ingrained into our mind from the moment that we're born. And these program beliefs, there are natural tendencies. You could say it's like what you might have identified as your personality. Just the way that I am, just the way that things are for me. I just have these fears. I just feel this way. This is just the truth. This is just my truth. Every single thing that we are born into, this was intentional. It's an intentional path, an intentional mindset and belief system that you were born with so that you could learn the most that you can in this life. So really our tikkun holds the secret to doing what we came to this earth for living out our purpose. Now I want to explain a little concept about the light and the vessel. Now the light is what Kabbalah refers to as the creator or God, universe, source, everything. God is everything. The light is everything. It's all, you can use these terms interchangeably, but Kabbalah terms it as the light or the creator. So the light is the creator and the vessel is the receiver. This is like a little Kabbalah 1 lesson. The vessel is the receiver. In the beginning of time, Kabbalah explains it as a sort of metaphor so that our human minds can wrap our heads around it and understand the way that this universe works. In the beginning of time, there were two forces. There was the creator and there was the vessel. The creator is the essence of pure love, pure sharing, pure unconditional giving. It's that giver energy, the masculine energy of giving, of doing, of just like, think of it like it's always pushing out. It's always endlessly giving. And being an energy force that is always giving, there needed to be something created that could receive all the light. So therefore, the creator created the vessel. The vessel is everything in this universe. It is everything. It is the receiver of the light. So I don't want to get super deep into this concept because it can get confusing. It can get very deep. So we're going to keep it at this. Souls of humanity were considered in the endless realm, the quantum field, the infinite reality, whatever you want to call it. We were considered to be the vessel. But because we were constantly receiving the light endlessly, you may ask, well, if we were receiving endlessly and there's this perfect cycle of giving and receiving and the creator was giving to us in heaven or in the endless world, why would we want to come to earth? Why would we want to have this human experience where we have to work for what we want and we have to learn these hard lessons? We have to go through very challenging things and have a tikkun and go through our soul's correction. Like, why do we have this system? Why do we have this process? And to make it very, very simple and to break this down, as the vessel, the endless receivers, we were receiving everything from the creator. At one point, we said there's one thing we cannot receive. There's one thing that we cannot get from the creator. And what is that? It is the ability to be the creator. As a receiver, the essence of receiving, you can't also be the creator. You are receiving. But we felt like, I don't know if I'm earning this. I don't know if this is like something I feel that good about, I mean, we felt endlessly amazing, but we wanted to earn the light. We wanted a process where we could actually feel like, okay, I've done everything. I've gone through like process. I've played the game. So we come into this life to what? To not only be the vessel, to be the receiver, but to also be the creator. So humanity, what we are, the essence of who we are, is to be a creator and a receiver. We have both. We're able to create in our life. We're able to manifest. We're able to co-create with God, with the universe itself. We're able to have the power of the creator within us. And we're also able to receive those blessings. We're able to play both roles with the free will that we have. That is our power. That is the power of manifestation. Okay? So what does Kabbalah say about manifestation? I'm going to have a sip of water first, and I'm going to continue. If you guys have any questions, anything you want to say in the chat, drop it in the chat. Okay. So what does Kabbalah say about manifestation? Kabbalah says, yes, you can manifest anything. Anything. There is nothing off the table. Nothing is impossible. If you can think it, it exists. Thank you, Simin. Simin or Simin? I appreciate you so much. So yes, Kabbalah says we can manifest absolutely anything. But there is something very important that we need to know. Because there are two ways that we can desire things. And the question we must ask is, where is the true fulfillment? What is my reason for desiring the things that I do? There's really only two answers to this. And I'm just going to try to break this down, make it super simple. We either have a limited desire or an unlimited desire. And I'm going to break this down. I'm going to say what this means. When we think about the creator energy, the endless force of sharing, do we think limited or do we think limitless? Do we think unlimited? We think unlimited, right? So when we think of an unlimited desire, it's a desire that doesn't end, a desire that does not stop with you. A limited desire stops with us. It's what we would call a selfish desire. Something that I'm desiring because I want it, and that's it. It ends right there. I want fame. Boom, that's it. I want to be famous because I want everyone to love me and I want to feel good about myself. It's more of like an egoic desire. But yet, what would the same example be in an unlimited way? If I were to desire fame from an unlimited way, I would say, yes, I desire fame and I deserve fame because we can and should be able to manifest our desires. But where's that desire coming from? I want it to come from an unlimited source. The reason I want to be seen, the reason I want the fame is so that I can reach more people, so I can share the message with more people, so more people can gain value, can elevate themselves on their soul's purpose, to raise their consciousness and feel in tune with their own higher self and their own mission, their own vision of being here. I'm desiring this not because I want it to end with me. And maybe there is some sort of ego that comes with all our desires because it's the way that we're programmed, the way that we are in this earth. But how can we consciously input an unlimited desire into our current desire? I am receiving not just for me, but because I know it does not end with me, because I know by receiving, I also give. It doesn't stop with me. It keeps giving and giving and giving. And I mentioned this distinction in my book. I don't know if I have my book here, but I wrote a book called Becoming a State Shifter. And in this book, I really dive deep into like, how can we cultivate this unlimited desire? Because if we are desiring simply just for ourselves alone, Kabbalah says what the ego literally is the desire for the self alone. This is how Kabbalah explains it. And what I'm saying here as well to add on to that is a desire that ends with ourself is the desire for ourself alone. It does not, by me receiving, it's not also giving. Okay. So as you can see, this desire of fame, let's say, just use the fame example, is the same desire. Still want fame. I still desire to be seen on a large scale. I still want to grow my platform. But is the desire, and this is where I need to check myself, and you can think of how this applies to you as well. What desire do you have where you feel like maybe it could be coming from a different intention, more of an intention that is unlimited? Because why? Because unlimited is the light, is the creator. Is if it's a limited desire, if it's like selfish reasons, we think that, we're winning in the end, but really we're just desiring something to fill some sort of void within us. And that void will never be filled because it's limited, because we've limited ourselves. If we actually want ultimate fulfillment, it's actually better for us to have unlimited desires. And if we even bring this a level deeper, we talk about the creator, the essence of the creator, which we all have inside of us, and we want to connect with this essence. The creator is unlimited. And as we know, like attracts like. This is the principle of manifestation. Like attracts like. You be like the creator, unlimited. Receive light from the creator, unlimited. Like attracts like. If you are unlimited, you will attract unlimited. It is a constant give and receive, give and receive. This is the cycle. This is what the energy that we're living in, that we get the opportunity to play around with in this life. The giving and receiving. We get to be creator and the vessel, the giver and the receiver. It gets to be this cycle. It gets to be this harmony. If we're not giving, we're not sharing, we're going to feel like shit. If we're only receiving, how are we going to feel about ourselves, about our manifestation? We might feel good in the moment, instant gratification. Oh, I take the substance, or I get this desire that I've always wanted. I might feel good in that moment. But if the desire was only so that I could feel good in the moment, that's exactly what it's going to be. I'm going to get that fulfillment, that surge of light in this moment that I receive my desire. But it's going to end there. It's going to end with me. So we need to tune ourselves into the infinite. When we're so stubborn about everything needing to go exactly our way, this is limited thinking, because we're not thinking of the unlimited ways that we could receive. Unlimited thinking means having certainty. So if we focus more on certainty, on the light, on the creator, we're focused more on the light and the unlimited energy than on our desire. This is where the ultimate fulfillment is. This is a huge thing. When it comes to manifestation, when we put our desire on the pedestal, like I need this thing to be happy, what are we doing? We're really idolizing this manifestation, the money, the person, the fame, right? Anything you desire, you're putting it on this pedestal like it's above me. I can't reach it. I'm idolizing it. I'm pedestaling it. But when the creator is our source, we're striving, our number one goal in life is to reach our creator. That's the number one goal. Yeah, these other goals, the fame, the money, the soulmate, these are desires too. I'm not saying not to desire them, but which is number one? Which one are you idolizing? Which one are you putting first? Which one are you worshiping and honoring? Are you constantly thinking and obsessing over just this physical desire, which is a limited thing? Or are you tuning into the unlimited energy first, the energy of certainty, the unlimited thinking, the creator? This is where the fulfillment is. And I've been here, right? I did actually hurt myself by focusing so much on just my desire and wanting to manifest this specific thing. And then I realized that I'm doing this in the wrong order. I'm not going to get fulfillment if I achieve this thing by trying to force something to come. I had to let go and say, okay, maybe this is not my highest path. I'm asking for the ultimate soulmate. I'm asking for the ultimate abundance, the ultimate fame. So maybe I'm not ready for it yet. Maybe the creator is preparing me for it. Maybe that it didn't work out with that person because the creator is preparing you for someone that you're really desiring and asking for, that's going to really be the one for you. Maybe the fame hasn't come yet because there are lessons you need to learn. And if you got famous right now, guess what? You might be happy for a second, but then maybe you'd crash and burn, get canceled. You're not ready yet to be seen on a large platform because you haven't built that vessel up. You haven't, received hate comments yet. So when you do receive them, it's like the worst thing ever. Or and like your life, you sabotage yourself, you don't do the show anymore. Whatever it is, like there is a reason that it's not coming right now. And this is what I say about myself too, as I'm growing and I'm growing on YouTube. I know it's coming. I know I'm also building my vessel for it. I know that me showing up here today and talking to the beautiful souls who are here in this room is preparing me to speak on bigger stages. I know that. And that's why I'm showing up in this energy, because I'm preparing myself. It's an unlimited desire. I'm not just doing this because of the views or because of anything else, but because I want to come from an unlimited place. Because I understand the way that this universe works. I understand the laws and the ways that things are going to play out. And I understand that the universe, the God, wants the best for us. I know the creator wants for me what I want for myself, because I know it doesn't end with me. The creator knows it doesn't end with me. And it's the same thing for you and whatever it is that you're desiring. Something I always say is this or something better. When you're manifesting something, a lot of times we want to say, this is exactly what I know I need or what I know I want. And we feel like we need this specific thing. But when you let go, release your shoulders and say, I actually trust and I have certainty that something better is coming for me. If it's not this, it's something better. We try to control, and we do have the power to co-create and to do our part, but we should never feel like we have 100% control, because we are limited. We are limited beings. And it's like we have to come to this general understanding, this knowing and this kind of comfort in the discomfort that we don't know everything. We don't see the full picture, that we are limited, and we have to embrace that confusion a little bit. Embrace the fact that we don't have all the answers. We won't have all the answers while we're in this life. One day we will. When this life is not forever. It's a temporary stop on our journey of our evolution of the soul. But while we're here, we don't know everything. And we have to come to accept that. We have to come to accept and not try to resist and fight our path, our purpose, what we know to be true. So the question that I want you to ask yourself is, whenever you have something you want to manifest, I want you to ask yourself, what is my purpose and intention for desiring this thing? Now, I'm not here telling you, oh no, you shouldn't desire the thing that you've been wanting to manifest, or everything that's been on your mind. You shouldn't. No, I'm saying keep that thing in mind, because I'm sure even if it's like a specific person, let's say, I know a lot of people have like a specific person they want to manifest. What are you really desiring in that specific person? Maybe it's a soulmate. It's unconditional love. It's the feelings of worthiness. It's not really that specific person. It's the thing that you think you're going to get from them. It's not specifically this amount of money. It's what you think the money is going to bring to you, what the money is going to give you in your life. So what is it that you're truly desiring? And what is it that when you receive that thing, how is it not going to end with you? How is it going to keep on giving? When you have the abundance, that's not the end game. It's not like, okay, game over, I have it, that's it, moving on with my life, doing something. No, it's like now you have the resources for what? For bringing more light into the world, for allocating your funds in a way that is aligned with you and your purpose. And you're like, really ponder on this, think about it. The soulmate. Having the soulmate doesn't end there. Once you have the soulmate, now there's all this other work to do. Now there's more to learn, and to say, okay, now when I do attract this person, how are we going to together share with the world? How are we together going to live out my purpose and theirs? Like there's this like next level that we need to think about when it comes to manifestation. We need to think ahead and think, when I do receive the thing that I desire, the dream career, the dream position, the ultimate goal, how is it unlimited? How can I make this unlimited? Okay. Now, I want to talk about just a few more Kabbalistic concepts I'm just going to share with you, and then we're going to wrap up this live stream. Thank you, everybody who tuned in, everyone who's going to tune into the replay, everyone who is here live. Appreciate you. But I want to talk about a few other ideas, and one of them is intention. So we briefly spoke about this. Kabbalah calls this kavanah. And Kabbalah really emphasizes the power of our intention behind our actions. When our intentions are pure, when our intentions are connected to the light of the Creator, like we said, connected to the will of God, this is an unlimited desire, and it serves a higher purpose that doesn't end with us, but it ripples into bettering the world in some way. Even if it's not directly, if it's like benefiting one person, that is benefiting the world. So when we have that intention behind our manifestation, that's everything. I desire this, yes, but what is the intention? What is the bigger picture? That not only will have the Creator working so hard to bring this desire to you, but it will bring you the certainty. It will bring you the confidence, the peace of mind to know, like, I know that I have the Creator by my side. Like, I feel so good about my desire. And I know the Creator wants this desire for me because I have that strong relationship with the Creator. And having this knowing is priceless, is unlimited. It's beautiful. It's like, I know if I have the power of the literal Creator, my literal angels and my guides and my spirit team behind me, how could I fail? Like, how could I fail? I'm going to keep going with this unlimited energy, and I know I can't fail because I have the highest of high powers in the entire universe. The source of everything is by my side. I'm working with that force. I'm not going against it. I'm not saying, like, here, this is what you need to do for me. This is what you need to bring into my life. No, we're saying this is the part that I'm going to play. And however, let go, however it is that you want to bring this into my life, however this is meant to naturally unfold and manifest, I'm going to do my part. I'm going to take the actions that I need to meet you, Creator, God. But I trust and I know that you want the best for me, that you're bringing me to the best, and you can relax with that knowing. And this is a level of certainty that comes over time, that comes with practice, that comes with prayer, that comes with meditation, that comes with deepening that relationship. It comes with studying. And by studying, really what we're doing is remembering. By studying, we're remembering. We're remembering the truth. We're remembering why we're here. We're remembering, oh yeah, we're zooming out. Like, I watch near-death experiences all the time. And I remember, I hear them talk about all the experiences that they've been through their near-death experience. And I'm like, oh wow, like, I've never experienced that in this realm. I'm a human being. I haven't experienced all these phenomenal things and completely out of this world, literally things. But somehow I get it. Like, somehow I kind of can tune into that understanding. And that's all you need, is to somehow get it. To somehow say, like, I don't know if this, like, fully resonates. I don't know if this is fully what I don't know if I fully get it, but I kind of get it. And that, or maybe sometimes you hear a concept and you're like, wow, this is everything I've been looking for. This so resonates with me. I know this to be true. And for a lot of people, that's what Kabbalah is. Like, people are just like, whoa, like, I've never heard it explained in this way. These concepts are so unique. The way it's explained is so, like, it's so refreshing. It's so unique. And I just resonate. Why do we resonate with things? Because it's our soul. It's our remembering of the truth. So that was number one, intention. Went on like a whole little side thing over here. But we also have the power of speech. And I know, like, these things are not mutually exclusive to Kabbalah, but Kabbalah talks about everything. And Kabbalah has unique ways of expressing and explaining all these things that we find in all these different modalities, because Kabbalah is actually one of the source. It's coming from the source. The Old Testament, the Bible, like, this was meant to be like the blueprint for humanity. Excuse me. So let's talk about the power of speech. In Kabbalah, words are extremely powerful. In fact, the word abracadabra literally translates to I create as I speak. It's a Hebrew word. I create as I speak. Actually, Kabbalah teaches that the creator spoke this world into existence. Spoke. Why spoke? Why not visualize? Why not like I don't know, anything else. But like wasn't forceful. It wasn't with his hands. No, it was with speech, with the mouth. Metaphorical mouth, obviously. But it says in the Zohar, the creator spoke this world into existence. The power of our speech, our words, influence the fabric of reality. When you verbalize your intention, not just think about it, but actually verbalize it, your words and your prayers are seen and heard by the creator in a stronger and more powerful way than our thoughts. And I'll tell you why. Our words are more physical. Our words are more, there's something you're actually, like a vibration you're sending out into the universe. It's something you're taking from your thoughts, intangible, into the tangible. You're making something intangible, you're making it physical. Our thoughts, we can think all different thoughts all day. Our thoughts are not necessarily ours. We get to choose which thoughts we're tapping into and which we let go of and we don't affirm and we don't want to call into our reality. But as soon as we speak something out loud, it's like we're taking that thought and we're making it real. We're sending out that vibration out into the ethers, out into the universe. So by utilizing this power of speech in our to our benefit, to manifest a beautiful life, speaking life into ourselves and to our loved ones, the act of verbalizing is a way to draw down the creator's light into your life in a faster way and to manifest your intentions into the physical world. And one last concept I want to bring up before we wrap up this live stream. I know we dived into so much, but this concept is called tikkun olam. And this is a lot of people in Judaism refer to this concept. And Kabbalah is the study of the Old Testament, which can be connected with Judaism, but it's not mutually exclusive to Judaism. It's universal. It came before religion was a thing. It came before we started putting labels and boxing people into categories and deciding the way that this world works. So what is tikkun olam? Tikkun, as we mentioned, is correction, our soul's correction. Tikkun is why we came to this earth. It's our purpose here in life. Olam means the world. So tikkun olam means the correction of the earth. The correction of the world. So as much as we have a personal purpose and correction to overcome, so does this world. And each of us plays a powerful part in contributing our light to repairing the world. The world needs our light. If you're here, if you're watching a video like this, that is not a very common place to be in. I'll tell you that. In this world, the world that we're living in. You have so much power within you to change the world, to repair the world, to create a butterfly effect. And Kabbalah explains that tikkun olam, the correction of the earth, is also our correction. It's a part of our correction. So what part are we playing? What part are we responsible for engaging and creating and manifesting not just a better world for ourselves, but for the world? When we include the world into our manifestations, like I want to manifest XYZ, it doesn't end with me, it ends with the world. I'm creating a better world with what I'm creating. Manifestation is closely linked with the idea of contributing to the world's healing and elevation. And this is what we're here for. This is what we're here for. I want to thank you guys so much for being here, for tuning in live with me. Let me know in the chat if you're still here. If you have any questions, I'm going to give like 5 minutes for questions. I'm going to end the Instagram live stream because there is a limit on the amount of time that I can be live on there. If my mouse will work. Perfect. And I'm going to leave the floor open for any questions that you have. And then I'm going to end this live stream off. Let's go. Elijah says, value, value, value. Mwah, thank you so much. Any questions around Kabbalah, around manifestation, around anything, self-concept, really anything. If you're here right now, we got a couple people on the live stream here with us. Take advantage of this time. I'm going to stay on for another 3 minutes. Elijah, if you're here or have any questions, pop them in the chat. I know you've been active in the chat. Patty says, how can I manifest total freedom in every area of my life? Thank you for your question, Patty. It's beautiful. I would say, first of all, set that intention. Set the intention for freedom. And I don't know if you watched through the whole live stream. I recommend watching through the whole thing so you can get the full scope. But how can we manifest total freedom in our lives is by thinking to yourself, what will this freedom really bring to me? How will me having freedom actually benefit the world at large? How does this desire not end with just me? It actually keeps giving. It's an unlimited desire. We spoke about in this live stream, unlimited desire. You did. Perfect. Beautiful. So if we come from that unlimited place, we can call in that feeling, because truly when you're saying freedom is a feeling first before it manifests physically. So how can we feel that way first? Feel free, feel completely free. What does freedom even mean to you? I guess is another question that you can ask yourself. It's what does it mean to be free? What does it feel like to be free? Have you ever felt free? If you have ever felt free, you can pull from that memory and replay that memory over and over and over again. Our memories are actually very, very powerful in manifestation because we have it already in our consciousness, what that could feel like, what that would be like. So we're able to pull from that and repetitively think it and speak it and affirm for it and call it in. So I hope that answers your question. If you have any follow-ups, let me know. Elijah says, how can we act as we speak? It's a good question. How can we act as we speak? Well, our actions are just as powerful as our words as well. Because, let me just close my laptop. Action is honestly the ultimate level of certainty. Because you're not just certain enough to say it out loud. You're not just certain enough to think it. You're actually going through the motions of embodying the words that you're saying. It's a level way further than even speech. So this might take a practice, but with continuous repetition, pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. Sometimes we think, no, we should stay comfortable, always take the path of least resistance, but that's not always the case. Sometimes in order to act as we speak, we need to go a little bit outside of our comfort zone. For example, I might say, I'm super fit. I'm super fit. This is an affirmation, a declaration I'm sending out to the universe. But how much weight does this word hold? It's still something. It's still pushing out these words, but it's not. But how are we materializing it? What proves to us that we really are what we say we are is the action. The action is the certainty in the words that I speak. I can say I'm fit all day, but how much do I really believe it if I'm not taking an action that's aligned with those words? So the action is solidifying that really what you're speaking is ingrained into your belief system. And action can actually really help us speed up the manifestation process because we're putting our energy into energy and certainty into our desire. Patty says, yes, my manifestation involves a lot of people feeling that way, doing what they love doing. Can you clarify that a little bit for me? Like other people around you you feel like they love what they're doing? People. I know the live stream is like, I think a minute delayed or something like that. So it takes a minute to have the messages come through. So let's see. I'll give it another minute. Okay. Well, I'm going to just wrap up right here. Patty, if you have any clarification, you can just drop it in the chat. But I want to just thank you so much for being here, for tuning in, for watching this live. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for sharing your valuable time and energy with me. Can you believe this is my first live? Like I'm super excited. I want to go live more often. I want to make this like a weekly or bi-weekly thing where I just like have a couple notes that I'm referring to and then just kind of riff and go off, have um like open dialogue Q&A with you guys. And like yeah, I'm sure that the skill will develop more and more as I do it. So I'm very excited for it. I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here, sticking to the end. I hope you got value. If you did and you're watching this replay back, leave a comment down below. Let me know what was the most valuable thing you got from this video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see ya in my next video. Bye-bye. Mwah.